tuned in to The Money Zone with your host, Folasade Ayegbusi, the accountant for entrepreneurs. The time is now, your future waits, your money matters, make no mistake, it's not too late to dominate, so don't delay, get your money straight. The money zone, together we'll achieve your goals, we're building wealth, you're not alone, so don't delay, get your money straight. You are now tuned in to The Money Zone with your host, Folasade Ayegbusi, the accountant for entrepreneurs. The time is now, your future waits, your money matters, make no mistake, it's not too late to dominate, so don't delay, get your money straight. The money zone, together we'll achieve your goals, we're building wealth, you're not alone, so don't delay, get your money straight.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Money Zone on RIP Radio Network. I'm your host, Folasade Ayegbusi, the accountability accountant, guys. I'm excited to be here with you. So, last week I wasn't here. It was the fifth Tuesday of the month. So each fifth Tuesday of the month, guys, you will not see us. You will not hear Radio Network. Well, you might get our reruns, but guess what? I won't be live and in living color. So hopefully you guys missed me, because I sure as hell missed you guys. I'm excited, guys, because look, I have like 14 days left before tax season is over with. So because of that, I may be a little feeling free. Right now, I'm kind of feel like I'm confined. You haven't probably seen me anywhere or do anything. That's because I'm confined behind the computer doing work and serving tax returns. But guys, we have a lot going on in store for you today on the Money Zone. So don't forget, give me a call if you can, 301-232-5700. This month on the Money Zone is going to be a little different, because this month is Financial Literacy Month. So if you don't know, we're going to talk about that a little later throughout the show, but this month is Financial Literacy Month. So this is the month where I hope to help you become a little bit more financially literate. I don't care if you're a business owner or individual, you need to be financially literate. So look, we're going to talk about that today. And then look, it's second quarter. It's April 2nd. Like, this is our time to say, all right, so what did I really do in first quarter? Am I even close to achieving my goals that I put on paper for 2019? Like, we're already in second quarter, guys. So this is the time to really get things in order and to see if you are on the right track. So like I said, today is going to be action-packed. Guys, if you are not following me on all things social media, you want to follow me. Go and follow me on everything social media, Folasade, Folasade, the accountant, on all social platforms. You want to know what's happening, especially with this Financial Literacy Month. We're going to also bring back my web series. Remember, I had technical difficulties in March with trying to put on Why Entrepreneurs Need Accounting, my 4-part web series. So we're going to bring that back for Financial Literacy Month. So guys, like I said, we got so much going on. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. we are back. Okay, look. Get your phone out, 301-232-5700. Are you financially literate? Like, as Black folks, like, this is a discussion that we really need to be having. Are you financially literate? Like, to be honest with you, I wasn't able to find any specific studies that actually focuses only on the African American race or American descendants of slaves or whatever you want to consider us to be, Black folks or whatever. I couldn't find one study that shows exactly what our level of intellect in terms of our finances are. So I'm just going to go off my real behind the scenes, like my life, what I deal with as the accountability accountant, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. Intuit did a study, and you can go ahead and put the the link on the screen. Intuit did a study, and the CPA practice advisor put it there. If you see the red lines there, Intuit did a study, and it said that 40% of United States business persons say that they're financially illiterate. So that means they don't understand their money. That means you may not understand your money or understand taxes. But that wasn't the problem. It's not the problem that 40% of business persons are financially illiterate. The problem is that 80% of those same individuals are the ones handling their own finances. They're handling their own finances. And then you're like, okay, well, if you're handling your own finances and you are illiterate, like financially illiterate, then that means more than likely you haven't filed your taxes on time. More than likely you haven't done your bookkeeping. More than likely your accounting is one of those things that you have not been able to put any attention to because you dread the fact or you dread looking at numbers. So since we are in financial literacy month, guys, it's really the time for each individual to ask ourselves, what do we really know and what we don't know? Because if you think about it, a person that's financially literate may not go and get a car note from CarMax or a car note from, like, what's this place here? Monster truck place or something like that. Somebody that's financially literate may go to their neighboring credit union or speak with their bank rep first or call their financial advisor first and say, hey, I want to go ahead on and get a new car. My car is janky. I want to upgrade. What do you think may be the best route that I take? Should I do a lease? Should I get a loan? What should I do? Should I buy a truck on the street? Whatever the situation may be. If you are financially illiterate, you're not going to pick up the phone and ask the right people the right questions. You're going to go out and attempt to buy that car or attempt to get that credit card or attempt to do something knowing you don't have the knowledge behind it. And so this is the problem that small businesses face. You guys know you're supposed to know your numbers. You hear me say it all the time, and you hear other greats say it all the time. And, everybody is saying now you need to know your numbers, but they're not telling you to what extent and why. So one of the reasons why you need to be financially literate as an entrepreneur is just so, number one, like, let's be frank. There are hundreds of different taxes that we pay. And as a business person, you pay more than the average individual. So you're paying 100 plus taxes, right? And you don't even know it. So you need to be well informed as to what are the tax ramifications your business is responsible for. What you're supposed to, be doing, filing every month and every quarter, or what is your business financially responsible for? That's one thing you guys need to get and understand. The next thing you need to understand is, beyond the taxes, it all starts with your accounting and your bookkeeping. So if a person is claiming to be financially literate, that means they know that they have a responsibility to keep their bookkeeping. But 90% of small businesses don't. So my question to you guys is, do you believe that you can build a successful, profitable business without being financially literate? Guys, give me a call, 301-232-5700. I want to hear what you have to say. Like, they say there are some people that never went to college that have businesses, and quite a bit of successful people didn't go to college and have very successful businesses. But I guarantee you, what is the common thread between those individuals is that they took the time to learn or to hire people in the areas that they fell short in. So since we're in Financially Literacy Month, guys, this is a time when you want to take a step back and really ask yourself those hard questions. Do you know what your business is required to file? Are you doing your bookkeeping? And if you're not, why not? Have you been filing your taxes on time? And if so, are you filing the right taxes? Are you looking at your bank accounts and looking at the numbers so often so you can be well aware and well informed about what's happening with your business? But like I said, 40% of entrepreneurs are financially illiterate, and 80% of you are doing your own work. So that means a lot of what I just said is not being done. And if you remember my favorite quote, the SBA says, according to I think it was the U.S. Bank study. I cannot even remember who did the study, but one of those big banks, I think it was the U.S. Bank. I'm going to be honest with you. They did like an independent study, and they said, okay, 82% of small businesses fail because they lack poor financial management. So there's a common thread between your success and how you manage your business money. So we're in the month of May, guys. Tax season will be over in like 13 days. In 13 days, tax season will be over with. When tax season ends, it's now time to ask yourself, did you do what's necessary to reduce your tax bill? Did you hire yourself an accountant? Did you do your own due diligence? Because if you don't, then you'll be like one of my clients now. So guys, I'm going to give you a quick little story before we go to our quick little break and go into segment 2. But let me tell you something. I have a client, and I have quite a bit of clients. And it seems like you guys find me before the going gets tough, but after all of the mistakes have been made. So I have an amazing client that is financially illiterate, very successful. And you would think on the surface, because of the accolades and the educational background and the level of expertise in their industry, excuse me guys, that they would be the ones that know how to manage their accounting, their bookkeeping, and how to do this in their business and so forth. But that's not the case. And this person have multiple degrees, multiple accolades, already making 7 figures, making millions of dollars a year, and they aren't financially literate. So this particular client finds me after 3 years of building their business. The business have already hit $1 million. And the moment that I decided to work with them, and if you're a client of mine, you know where I start. I go and look at your tax return to see if you have any demons in your closet. I go and just do a deep dive and to see if the numbers look correct. So I did my deep dive. And the client returns were filed incorrectly. But the tax returns were filed so incorrectly that there could be grounds for criminal charges. You're talking about hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars not claimed, expenses overstated. But because they don't know finances or accounting or isn't financially literate, they didn't know this. All they know is they didn't owe the IRS. So now let's fast forward 3 years, and they have me. And now I'm sitting in audits every month because of the mistakes that they made prior to working with me. And those mistakes are going to cost us hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Not even counting my 5-figure tax, my 5-figure invoice. So I give you guys that story to tell you that I don't care how many degrees you have. I don't care how many accolades or what TV program you are in or what syndicated show or if you're on a Real Housewives of Atlanta. That does not mean that you are financially literate. Your background, your accolades, your degree, if it's not in accounting, and I'm going to be really honest with you, some accountants are not even financially literate. They know the technical stuff, but they don't know how to apply it. So are you that person that thought you were financially literate, and now you're watching me and you're really asking yourself, am I doing things right? And if you are asking yourself this question, that means you need to be picking up the call and either calling me in my office at 202-618-1297, or you need to be picking up the call and calling me here on RIP Radio Network and asking questions because it's Financial Literacy Month. Don't be like my client and wait until you have sleepless nights to get the questions answered. And wait until your business peak at 5 figures. I said peak at 5 figures. Peak at 7 figures or peak at 6 figures before you decide to get help and to really learn about your finances. The average black business owner stats are weaker than what the SBA says. They are saying 90% of businesses fail and 82% of money, when that's not actually true for the African American community. Our businesses fail at 97%. And we're failing because of financial issues at 95%. So that means 95% of why black-owned business fail is due to money. We either can't get the resources, we don't have the resources, we can't borrow it, we don't have our numbers in order, so we can't get loans, we don't have family to borrow, we don't have enough savings to keep continuing on, we don't have the sales training, we don't have this. So the average black business owner fails at a much more rapid rate, but it starts with knowing your numbers. So guys, I want to ask you today, when are you going to take control over your money? When are you going to take control over your future and your business and your lineage? Because that control starts with you, not Donald Trump, not what's happening on the news, not what's happening in our community, but it starts with you before it can affect the community and start getting notoriety or publicity. So if you want to shine bright, make sure you take time this month and become a little bit more financially literate. So guys, let me take a quick break and we'll be right back. guys, look, we are back. Segment 2. Look, guys, I just thought about something while I was waiting for our commercial break, and it dawned on me that, you know, how would I put this? We see so much glitz and glam, and we tend to kind of get caught up in that stuff. But I'm going to be really honest with you. Most successful people buy glitz and glam as a result of their success. So, for example, they may treat themselves and buy a Chanel bag or Gucci bag because they just closed a big deal. Like for like celebratory moments. You know what I mean? So I want to ask you guys, what moment are you celebrating right now to be in the club every weekend, or to say you need a Gucci bag or Louis Vuitton bag every couple of months just to keep up with the Joneses? Like, let's really be honest with ourselves right now. Are we doing what's 100% what we see or what we want? But I'm going to leave it at that. You know what you really doing. You just going with the gram. Everybody look clean and real jazzy. Had to tell my 7-year-old, too, don't get caught up in the glitz and glam. So I'm going to tell y'all the same thing. Don't get caught up in the glitz and glam, because a lot of them live with their fam. Oh, dang, that rhyme. Okay, guys, but look. Segment 2, guys. It is second quarter, right? It's April the 2nd. Second quarter, right? So if you don't know, first quarter is January, February, and March, and second quarter is April, May, and June. So this is the middle of the year almost, right? Well, getting close to when we get to like June and July, but like this is almost like the middle of the year to me, because this is the time for you to say, you know what did I do in first quarter? Did I really achieve my goals? Did I do what was required? Did I say I was going to do what I was supposed to do, right? Did I? Like, really be honest with yourself today before this weekend, right? And then if you didn't, then you have time to adjust. It's not like we in November and we looking at our bank accounts and we looking at our financial statements and we don't know, are we able to meet our goals, or even if it's possible. But it's possible now, guys, because it's only April. So if I were you, and this is what I actually do every quarter. If I were you, I will go ahead on and take a step back. Do a few things. Look at your schedule. See how you're prioritizing your time. See where you're utilizing most of your time at, or where you're underutilizing most of your time. If you're watching a lot of TV, you may need to cut that out. If you're playing too many video games, or you're not being really serious or whatever, you need to cut that out. But you really need to ask yourself before you go into the rest of the year, what am I doing with my time? So that's what I've had a lot of my clients do. I've had a lot of my clients really show me, let's be frank, what is it that I'm doing with my time? What aren't I doing with my time? What could I be doing with my time? And if you're not selling, if you're not building your business, if you're not implementing systems, if you're not doing certain things, then that means, honestly, you're wasting a lot of time. So this is for all of my business people. Remember, my goal, if you don't know, is to reduce the small business failure rate. And I want to save 100,000 businesses $1 trillion. Well, I can't even say 100,000 businesses because it might be individuals too. But I want to save taxpayers $1 trillion in, tax savings and refunds and all of that stuff. So since tax season is almost over with, if you've already filed your taxes, you want to ask your accountant those hard questions. Or if you don't have an accountant, shame on you. But you want to ask your accountant, if you do have one, those hard questions, and ask yourself these hard questions. And you guys may want to grab a pen and you may want to grab a paper. The first hardcore question you want to ask yourself was, did you achieve, well, how would I say this? Let me rephrase that. Were you able to reduce your tax fees? Were you able to reduce your tax fees? That's number one. Number two, remember, the trick to the tax code is to figure out how to turn personal expenses into legitimate business expenses and all of that stuff, right? So now my next question to you is, did you maximize the benefits of your resources? So for example, if you have a cell phone Do you use a cell phone for the business? Did you deduct it on business taxes? If you didn't, shame on you. You left money on the table. If you did, kudos to you. So guys, this is really the time to really ask yourself those hard questions, because taxes is going to be your biggest detriment to your success. You're going to always have to pay taxes. And what you don't want is for tax to always be that lingering burden that you don't have control over. You always want to be in control. So one thing that I will end up doing this year, especially now, right after first quarter, is to sit with your accountant and ask them those questions. Is there any other way, or what else could I do to save money on my taxes? And some of you aren't even doing the basics. Like I have clients that I told them to track their mileage. They're losing 50 cents a mile. But because they don't want to even take 2 minutes to download the app, they're leaving $3,000 on the table. I'm just saying. This is second quarter, guys. Whatever you didn't do in first quarter, whatever you didn't do in 2018, whatever you didn't do 17, 16, 15, and so forth, you have to live with those regrets. This is the time to look at those regrets, look at those mistakes, look at all of the rooms for improvement, and let's make those adjustments now. And let's start with the money, since we're in Financially Literacy Month. Let's start with the taxes, okay? The next thing that you want to do is really ask yourself, did you do what the fuck you said you was going to do? Did you do what you were supposed to do? And this is for everybody. Because I really had to ask myself that question. I had to ask all my teammates. And so this is why, some people are not on my team. Quite a few team members are no longer with me right now, because a lot of them didn't do what they said they were going to do, or didn't meet the bill to be able to get to the next point. Like if we're in second quarter and your goal is to make $1 million and you're nowhere near $1 million goal, but you lined it out completely, told everybody their positions, delegated, did everything they were supposed to do, and if they didn't perform, it's time for you to start letting people go. So this is the time for you to go and evaluate your team performance. This is time for you to go and evaluate your performance. This is also time for you to go and evaluate every investment that you've made in 2019 and those investments that you overlooked that you were making in 2018. So you can say what's bringing me value, what's not bringing you value. So for example, I already know what's bringing me value, and I know what's not really bringing me value. So I ended up letting go of a few services that we utilize every month because we weren't really using them, and we found other alternatives to supplement them. So guess what? That has to go. I'm not going to be making money and paying for services that I'm not utilizing or my team not utilizing. And then also, if people are not performing, you're going to have to start letting them go so you could achieve your goals. And that was one of the hardest lessons that I had to basically come up with these past 2 weeks. Because honestly, as you are building your businesses, guys, and remember everything that I talk about, I'm always going to come from a real world application standpoint. Either my business, my client's business, people that I know of, my colleagues' businesses, and so forth, right? Real world situations. So with me, my goals is massive. And if you guys know, I want to make 20-something million, several millions, right? Crazy for an accountant to even think on that caliber, but we're going to do it, right? So I had to start really asking myself, do I have the team that I need to at least get to my first goal, which is $1 million? And I just was having this discussion with my cousin before I was coming into the studio. Do I really have the team? Do you have the team? Do you have the resources? So these are all of the questions, guys, that you need to start asking yourself now. Second quarter. So now you can be fishing like me. So right now I have my fishing rod in the water and I'm fishing. I'm fishing for my executive assistant. I'm fishing, right, for 2 other positions in my company. And the reason being is because as the CEO, I had to take a step back to prepare for my second quarter, to prepare for the remainder of the year. And that's what I need you to do. And I asked myself those hard questions. Am I happy with my company where we are now? Am I happy with our projections thus far this year? Am I happy with my team? Am I satisfied? So guys, I'll tell you what I learned from that. But first, guys, give me a call, 301-232-5700. I'm just going to take one little minute break, and then when we come back, I'm going to tell you what I concluded about my business and what you probably are going to conclude about your business after you do the review. We'll be right back. Look, guys, welcome back. So look, we got the CEO trainer in the building. Like, I need to send all of you guys my invoice because, look, my goal is for you guys to never make the same mistakes that I make. I don't want you to be making investments into people. I don't want you to be hiring team members that's only going to last with you for a little while. Guys, I want you to learn from my mistakes. So basically, what I concluded was that in all actuality, I don't think I'm going to get to my $1 million goal this year with the team that I have. Like, my team is amazing. They've gotten me where we are. But when you need to go to the next level, it requires more effort, more details, more everything, more financial resources, more hands, more assistance, more knowledge, more expertise. And even as a CEO, I'm required to know more. Like, we're finishing up so many of our certifications that y'all ain't even know that I even got. Like, I don't even know. But like, we're finishing up so much stuff, so it's now requiring me as the CEO to also expand my knowledge and my expertise and and everything else. So what I concluded was this: there is no set one team or no set one process or one set system that is going to go with you all the way to the end. As your business grows, your processes, your systems are going to grow. They're going to expand. They're going to get more challenging. They're going to get more, I'll say, like, for example, last year tax season, because this was like officially the full year that I went completely, not let me say not completely virtual, but I went almost completely virtual last year. And so my systems changed. And so this year is the second year of virtual, but I still have the brick and mortar. So that means we have policies for the brick and mortar, policies for the virtual business, and then every year I had to expand on the policies. So what do I mean? And my procedures. So now I had to create emails for returning clients. I had to create certain templates for returning clients and reconstruct the emails for my bookkeeping clients and reconstruct the emails for my business clients. So basically, if you think that the systems that you've created today and the processes and the team and everybody is going to go with you to the next level, you have lied to yourself, Roger. If that's the case, then more than likely there may not be a wave, or what they say in today's time, your business is not lit, right? Then your business may not be lit. And the reason being is because at each level requires a new level of you. So while you're going into this second quarter, don't forget to evaluate yourself. Don't forget to really ask yourself those hard questions. And one of those things that I asked myself was, do I like being a CEO? And I said, I love it. I love being a CEO, but I hate having to say the same thing over and over and over again. I'm that type of person. When I mention it to you twice, first of all, when I mention it to you first time, I'm expecting you to get it and expect you to get it done or figure out or ask questions to get it done. The second time, you're making me repeat myself. The third time, you may not be equipped for the position that you're in because you may not have gotten it done. The fourth and the fifth time, I'm ready to let you go. And so I realized, I had to ask myself, are those lowball standards or are those okay? And I said, as a CEO, I have to have those high standards. And you do too. Because remember, we are only conveying our vision to our teams, and it's up to them to hone in and visualize it. If they don't want to visualize your dream, then that means they don't want to understand the ins and outs of how your business may run. They may not understand where you want to take the business and the impact that you want to make. So really, before you go deep into this 2019, because remember we said 2019 is our year, boo, and we said 2020 is the year too, right? We have to nip those problems now. So if there's areas that you have to strengthen yourself, and that is in terms of leadership or doing your accounting or just taking the time to do CEO work, then it's time for you to do that. And that is what I'm grabbing now. One of my mentors, Patrick Bet-Davis, said that, and it was so funny because I think he just did a live stream. He did a YouTube today that came out yesterday or today. Sometimes I get my days confused, guys. His YouTube was 13 mistakes that I made, or 15 mistakes that I made as a CEO. And one of those things were giving up too much control too early, or not giving up control when it's time. But the only way for you guys to really know when it's time to give control to your team members is when you know you have control to really monitor the processes. No one can do it like you, and I had to remember that. But at least if they can do it and attempt to see your vision, they will attempt to do it the way that you do it. But if you don't convey your mission and your vision to your team, if you're not communicative and explaining to them what's going on, what's going wrong, what's going right, you can't be scared to say what's going wrong, right? Then how are we going to get to that next level? So second quarter is not the quarter that I want you guys to do the deep dive into the numbers. The second quarter, I want you to do a deep dive into you as a CEO, into your team, into your business, into your systems and your processes. Because if we don't have those systems and processes and teams, and especially you as a CEO, there's no business, there's no money, and there's no numbers to consider. So second quarter is the you quarter. What do you need to be the successful CEO? What team members or help does your team need to be able to achieve your vision? And most importantly, who are you surrounded around? Have you, like myself, tapped out of your resources? So I'm not talking about resources where I know people that's on my level. I'm talking about people above my level now. We don't want to continue to keep doing horizontal connections. We need vertical connections. Somebody that's making 25 million that I can aspire to, damn, or somebody that makes 3-4 million that's in my industry, that I can, mentor with or gain some knowledge or expertise from. So this is also the time when we try to figure out what type of alignment we need, because remember, this is the you quarter, right? What type of alignment we need for our organization to get to the next level. Because all of those horizontal connections can only get you so far, unless some of those horizontal connections know some vertical aligned people that can really give you the next level advice, mentorship, and training that you guys need. Because you're going to be in my situation soon enough where you're already tapped out of your resources, meaning I don't know no African American accountant that's making as much money as I make and have as big a team as I have and the problems that I suffer from. But I know white clients, well, they're not even clients, white business, I don't even know these people. I know them in my mind because they big time online, right? That's in my shoes. They're making quadruple more than I'm making. They have the team, but I need to figure out a way to get aligned with them so I can start to learn how to bring back those things in their business that they were able to, implement and to be able to get to that $10 million, $15 million mark. So what do I need to do? I need to do training. So this month I've been looking at leadership training, leadership connections, and different places to go and hone into my expertise and knowledge and arena. So guys, second quarter, the month of April especially, because you guys got to get up off your butt the month of May, is about you. What do you need to be successful, to live the life that you desire, and to write your chapter and your page of your book? What is it? Figure it out, ask the tough questions, and make it happen. But secondly, don't forget that none of this is possible without the higher up. So I don't know how many of you entrepreneurs are actually assuming that you can get to that next point without that extra guidance. It's not possible. So remember, this is the month of you. It's financial literacy month. Learn about how to become a little bit more financially literate, but also learn how to become the better CEO of your life, your future, and your business. So guys, I'm Folasade, the accountability accountant. Thank you for tuning in to the Money Zone on RIP Radio Network. Guys, don't forget to give me a call next week, or better yet, we're going to eventually get the video right. 301-232-5700, guys. I'm excited, and I'll see you guys next week.